The question of how to know if your ex still loves you is mainly answered by looking at the non-verbal signals that the other person sends. As the saying goes, you do not need to speak clearly to tell you that I love you. Let's move on to see what these signs are, but bearing in mind that love and attraction are not the same. It is very common for an ex-partner to still be attracted to you and even want to return to have a relationship, and not for love but to feel alone or to return to their old life. 1. It stays present. If in spite of having finished the relationship the other person continues to be noticed in your daily life and this is not due to their obligations or responsibilities, this is an indicator that they are still feeling attracted or attracted to you, and they want you to account. For example, if you coincide very often in some places and this is not explained by the neighborhood in which you live or by the circles of friends with whom you socialize, this may not always be coincidental. 2. Try not to lose contact. When the other person insists on maintaining contact after the breakthrough text messages, calls to ask something trivial, and even more indirect contacts, such as reacting to the posts on your social networks, this hints at attraction. They are an indicator that that person could continue to feel something for you. 3. When other people tell you about him or her. This criterion refers to when some friendships that you have in common with your ex-partner begin to talk about that person in a suspicious way, as if they wanted us to do something to resume the relationship, with phrases like "you made a beautiful couple," between other. This particular behavior may not be coincidental, since many times when a former partner wants to return, try to help others recover the love relationship they had before. 4. Care. Feeling nerves is normal. Be careful not to confuse the nerves with a sign of love. In these cases, the uncertainty and ambiguity in the relationship, once it is no longer a couple, can generate anxiety, and that is independent of whether or not the other person is wanted. 5. How should you act against this possibility? In case of perceiving these signals by our ex-partner, it is normal that we can get confused about it, especially considering the time that has passed since the breakup. The best will always be to take things slowly, without acting hastily. We must remember that although these are pretty clear signals that we still like our ex-partner, there is a possibility that this is not the case. In addition, take the time to reflect on our feelings, and if we want to give another opportunity to that person should always be the first step. After we have determined how we feel about the possibility that we still like that person is when we proceed to leave the doubt. Making use of assertive communication, we will talk with our ex-partner and we propose the possibility of seeing each other in a quiet place. Once there, we openly express our doubt, and ask him to give us an answer. This will help close that cycle of uncertainty that possibly existed on both sides. After having the clear answer from the other person, we express our thoughts and feelings about it, those that we have already meditated on before. I know it may sound like a dream come true, but we can help you make it come true. I'm happy to tell you that you do not have to wander in the dark, waiting to be lucky. Take advantage of our experience and recover the person you love. Click and now access the following personalized guide. Subscribe and comment. A pleasure and thanks.